All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Vibe Coding with AI Bootcamp. I can already see a lot of people joining in. So give us a minute while everyone settles. Okay. So before we start, a quick check in the chat. Please let me know if my voice is clear and audible. Good evening, everyone. Perfect. Perfect. Let's start then. Hi, my name is Shiva, and I'll be your host for this session. Let me be quick and let me tell you what this session is not and what it is. This is not about learning syntax, not about memorizing frameworks. This session is about building full stack apps using AI. Even if coding feels hard or overwhelming, you will see how modern apps build using real AI workflows, thinking clearly, using AI smartly, and shipping the real things. By the end of this session, you will understand how apps are planned before they are code or is written, how AI is used to join front end and backend, how backend and authentication are handled using tools like Supabase, how everything is deployed and shared, and most importantly, you will see the workflows, not just results. Okay. So, a quick update before we move ahead. Unfortunately, due to personal emergency, Swaraj couldn't join us today, but no worries, we have got you covered. Stepping in today is Sanskar Trolia, a UI UX designer and a product manager. He is a creative builder with a strong knack for creating applications using AI. So, let's welcome Sanskar in this live.
Hi, Shiva. Am I audible?
Yes, Sanskar, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Uh,
fine. How about you?
yeah, I'm doing well. So, how's the weather there?
It's cold here in Chandigarh. How about you?
So, yeah, I stay in Bangalore, so it's pretty much good. Like one can bear the this cold and the normal temperature kind of a stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty much good over here. Better than Chandigarh, but no offense to other people. Okay. So, yeah, ठीक है. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that आप t-shirt में बैठे हो और मैं hoodie में, so that's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference.
So, Sanskar, before we
Yeah,
jump into building, let
yeah,
me start with something simple.
yeah. Okay,
Today, AI is everywhere right now. Like it
right.
feels like it didn't suddenly arrive. It was
Mm-hmm.
slowly becoming part of our daily life. Do you
Right.
agree that this feels similar to how Google search or social media became a normal tool in our life?
Um, Shiva, I would say मतलब I totally agree. Like 100% I agree that कि मतलब first thing ये अचानक से नहीं आया. Everyone knows about it. If I'll give you an example, a correct example, as you mentioned in the question itself, which is the Google or social media, right? So previously, user have no idea about searching, right? But all of the sudden, Google introduced the searching engine, right? They start sharing in the masses. People start using it, and they become habitual. When muscle memory train हुआ, people start using it. Let's say for anything, let's Google it. और पुराने टाइम पे याहू भी चलता था. तो इट्स लाइक
Mm.
याहू पे सर्च कर लो या गूगल पे कर लो. समथिंग लाइक दैट. फिर बिंग आया. ठीक है, बिंग भी लोग यूज करे. फिर डक डक गो आया. देयर इज अनदर सर्च इंजन. देन धीरे 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 एक मसल मेमोरी ट्रेन हो गई एंड एवरीवन यूज्ड टू गो एंड सर्च अबाउट थिंग व्हाटएवर दे वांट टू सर्च. ओके. सेम केस विद एआई एज वेल. एआई ऐसा नहीं है कि अचानक से 2022 मतलब 2022 और 2021 में जीपीटी आया और ऑल ऑफ अ सडन बूम आया मार्केट में. बट इट्स लाइक कि एआई पहले भी एग्जिस्ट करता था बट इन अ डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट. ओके. बट हाउ ओपन एआई डिड दैट कि उन्होंने like basically prompt based anything which you want to search, you can just type it. It will give you the answer based on the trained data, right? Similar to how Google crawls. Google भी आपके data को ही crawl करता है which is available in the internet, right? The same
Yes.
goes with OpenAI as well. So I do agree कि एक मतलब अचानक से नहीं आया and now it's a mainstream. Mainstream as in कि people have trained their muscle memory similar to how they did with the Google search.
So जैसा कि आपने बोला, people have trained their muscle memory. So
Right.
even if I tell you how I use AI, I use
Mhm.
it for writing. I sometimes
Mhm.
code and I use it for debugging, planning, designing, and whatnot.
Right.
Uh, but is it replacing work or it's reshaping how work really happens? Do you see AI as a tool or do you think it's something more than that?
Okay. So इसका मेरे पास दो आंसर है. The first one is I actually watched a podcast back like a month ago or mostly 2 month ago. मतलब पहले सॉरी मैंने देखा था. उसमें someone told about the person who is not using AI will get replaced. That's the first thing. Okay. And I don't see AI as a burden over here. Okay. I see as कि it will reduce my friction. ठीक है. फ्रिक्शन एज इन की फ्रिक्शन जैसे अब मैं क्या बताऊँ कि जो मैं थॉट प्रोसेस लगाता था इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्पेंडिंग टाइम मतलब स्पेंडिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, वहाँ मेरा फ्रिक्शन थोड़ा कम हो रहा है. आई एम गेटिंग मोर क्रिएटिव आइडियाज. ठीक है. सो आई वुड से कि इट वोंट रिप्लेस द यूजर बट द पीपल हु आर नॉट यूजिंग इट विल गेट रिप्लेस्ड. वेरी
Okay.
स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. ठीक है.
So basically, okay, please
Yeah,
go ahead.
you can. So yeah, that's the
So
only thing I want to add.
So basically, you just answered my next question as well, which was कि लोगों को ना डर है कि AI उनकी
हाँ.
जॉब खा जाएगा, स्पेशली फॉर कोडर्स.
हाँ. हाँ.
कोडर्स को ऐसा लगता है कि इफ दे विल ओनली लर्न कोडिंग, दे वोंट बी
हम्म.
एबल टू लाइक स्टैंड इन द जॉब मार्केट. तो आपने खुद ही इस चीज का आंसर दे दिया कि AI इज अ टूल एंड
हम्म.
फॉर दोज हु आर नॉट लर्निंग हाउ टू यूज इट, इट विल बी हार्ड फॉर देम टू गेट जॉब्स इन द फ्यूचर.
Okay.
And
Understood. Yeah. And add on to that, मैं एक चीज़ और मतलब I want to add one thing over here, which is कि see anything which comes new in the market, people start using it. And अगर वो उनके current flow में बैठता है, means people enjoy using that, उनका work efficiency अच्छा हो रहा है, in that case people start using it. And once who started using that, उनका workflow और अच्छा हो जाता है. So it's obvious the one who is not using the AI will not get much lamplight. ठीक है. The one who is using the AI and अपना workflow वो better कर रहे हैं will get the more lamplights. Okay.
it's just like जब कंप्यूटर नया नया आया था, इट्स लाइक
Right.
जिसको कंप्यूटर आता है ही विल गेट द जॉब, जिसे नहीं आता है ही हैज टू अपडेट हिज स्किल्स.
हाँ मतलब हाँ we can say a quick answer.
So another question I had was कि
Mhm.
like I have heard and I have also experienced this, that
Mhm.
AI is very prompt centric. If
Mhm.
you prompt, if your prompt is unclear, the output is somewhere useless. You will have to again and again tell it कि मुझे सही से बताओ.
Right.
Do you think that structured prompts are really important for workflows, or should a conversation be better option?
ठीक है. So if मैं again मैं इसमें एक example ही दूंगा that will clear all the doubts. See, if you are in a college, okay, and let's say you are organizing some event, that could be a boot camp, it could be a hackathon, something like that. अगर मैंने बोल दिया जाके किसी को, the one who is managing it, जाओ hackathon करो. ठीक है. बट आई हैव नॉट गिवन एनी कॉन्टेक्स्ट हैकाथॉन किस पे होगा, कितने देर के लिए होगा, कब होगा, कैसे होगा, क्या क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, क्या क्या हमारे व्हाट वी कैन से एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, वो मैंने क्लियर नहीं किया. मीन्स हैकाथॉन कैसा जाएगा यू ऑल नो, राइट? सेम
Yes.
गोज विथ AI एज वेल. if you know how to write good prompts अब ऐसी चीज है which is you are telling what you want to do to AI but in a very efficient way. Let's say अभी हम वो डिस्कस करेंगे when we are like building some applications. So उसमें we'll see कि अगर हम कुछ prompts अगर बहुत ही छोटे लिखते हैं which doesn't make sense, ठीक है, straight forward, तो you will see multiple bugs इन द आउटपुट, मल्टीपल ऐसी चीज़ें विच विल नॉट मेक सेंस, ठीक है. बट इफ़ यू जनरलाइज इट, ठीक है, स्टेप बाय स्टेप कि मुझे ये चाहिए, ऐसा चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए, इट विल मेक मोर सेंस. तो प्रॉम्प्ट सेंट्रिक है बट अ गुड प्रॉम्प्ट सेंट्रिक. ओके. सो
Got it.
वन शुड राइट इट वेरी वेल. इट्स लाइक कि मुझे काम निकलवाना है किसी से, ठीक है, आई एक्सप्लेन इट वेरी वेल. अच्छे से बताया, इट विल गिव द गुड आउटपुट. खराब से बताया, द वे यू एक्सप्लेन यू विल गेट द आउटपुट उसी हिसाब से. इट्स लाइक दैट.
Got it. The last question I have is
या.
कि पहले कौन कितना तेजी से कोड लिख सकता है वो मैटर करता था, कौन कितना ज्यादा कोड लिख सकता है वो मैटर करता था, बट विद एआई इट कैन हैपन इन सेकंड्स. लाइक आप चुटकी बजाओ, आपके सामने एक कोड है. सो डू यू थिंक दैट थिंकिंग इज नाउ मोर वैल्यूएबल देन जस्ट राइटिंग कोड, लाइक मेकिंग अ स्ट्रक्चर बिफोर गोइंग इनटू कोडिंग?
ठीक है. तो मतलब ये चीज़ अभी नहीं आई है शिवा. लाइक थिंकिंग, इट्स लाइक कि थिंकिंग बिफोर कोडिंग इज नॉट अ न्यू थिंग. It's very popular term in a programming world, which is कि if you break down the problem statement very nicely, you can solve it very quickly. ठीक है. बैक इन माई कॉलेज डेज ऑल्सो माई टीचर यूज टू से पहले प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट समझो, वॉट एग्जैक्टली प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. बहुत लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट आया, दे स्टार्ट जंपिंग एंड सॉल्व करने लगते हैं बट विदाउट ब्रेकिंग डाउन कि प्रॉब्लम कह क्या रहा है. सो इन माई केस आई वुड से कि थिंकिंग इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट एंड ये बहुत पहले से चलता आ रहा है. एंड सेम प्रोसेस इफ यू फॉलो फॉर द ए आई, मतलब वाइल इंटरेक्टिंग विद द ए आई, इट विल गिव यू बेटर एंड मोर ऑप्टिमाइज्ड रिजल्ट. ठीक है.
गॉट इट.
या.
All right. So I think this sets a perfect context now. So instead of taking any more time, let's actually see all this in action. Sanskar, I'll hand over the stage to you now,
ओके.
and I'll also enjoy your session.
Sure, sure. Got it. So, ठीक है, I'll share my screen over here. Just a second. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see my screen or not. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah, sure. I'll go with the English part as well. Okay. Entirely English, like anyone can use it. Okay. So, anyone can quickly mention like my screen is visible or not. You can write in the chat. Okay, let me open this YT stream in the this one. Okay, okay. ठीक है. Visible. Great. Just a quick question, guys. How many of you are already aware about what exactly vibe coding is about? A quick answer you can mention if you know what exactly vibe coding is. Just 2-3 words. Anyone? Then we will start and we'll start talking about it. And I'll also set the context once I get the answers. If you have understanding about vibe coding and all, anything using AI tools. Okay, great. Anyone else? So see, anyone who joined from laptop also, one can also follow along. Okay, you can like do the multi-screen format and you guys can start doing parallelly. Okay, agent to build projects. Great. Okay. Anyone? I already make. Great. I hope you enjoyed the process. You mentioned, right? You already makes, right? So I hope you enjoyed the process. So, Sumit, right? Programming by intent. Okay, great. Using AI tool sites, great. If you can mention quickly what tool you have used to build, like to do this vibe coding. Okay, just waiting if you can mention which AI tool you have used. Okay, so Grok, okay. You have used Grok, Claude is best for coding. Yeah, I totally agree. Claude is the best. And someone says Grok is the best. So it's entirely on you. What is your use case and what you're doing? So, okay, let's start. So, see, when it comes to vibe coding, so it's nothing but a clear intent. A clear intent, you set all the requirements. Okay, you know what exactly you want to build, lovable and replet. Yeah, great. Okay. So if you set all the intent, all the requirement, what exactly you want to build, and this actually helps once if you are in college and or even you are working, but mostly I don't think the company still allows entirely to build using AI. But if you are into colleges, if you are participating in hackathons or even if they allow, then you can create some good MVP or MLP. MVP is nothing but most valuable product or most lovable product. Okay, so you can build it via AI and it's very quick. Okay, and vibe coding here is nothing but you give the instructions, you follow up, you review it, and you will get the working prototype of it. And there are tons of AI tools. Okay, as you guys have mentioned, Cursor is there, Veo is there, Lovable is there, Emergent. Okay, Vercel is there, then Windsurf, all those tools, right? Claude is even there. Claude Code, I guess, if I'm right, Claude Code is there for this. Uh, what I say, vibe coding stuff, right? So it's very like it's entirely depend upon you what exactly your application you want to make and what which tool is giving you the best output. It's a trial method. You can try it on any of the vibe coding tools. Okay, so as you guys mentioned, there are tons of tools, but I generally prefer only one tool which I have worked with mostly. Like most of my projects, let's say I'll show few of my projects, what I have built. So any one of you excited what I have built using vibe coding tools, and it's entirely built. I haven't write a single line of a code for that. You can write in the chat. If I'll get yes, you are excited, then only I'll show. Let's make this a two-way conversation, guys. Okay, ठीक है. चलो, तो I'll show few of my web apps which I have made using vibe coding tools. ठीक है. One I would say this one. Let me open this incognito mode so you will get a better. I hope my screen is visible. ठीक है. So this is hosted on a Vercel. This is a project where I have used a vibe coding tool, entirely built on a vibe coding tool, including the front end, back end, authentication, everything. I have to do few of the what I say a manual process where it needs some access and all, and some authentication stuff that I have did manually just for connecting, setting all the requirements. But trust me, you don't need to write a code. Okay, so this is just a basic application where it will use to create checklist, task. Okay, your task, your momentum, stop planning, start doing something like that. And even with the same vibe coding, which tool you have used, that I will tell which tool I have used, and it's a nice tool. And most of you, I guess, know about that tool. I'll tell you. Okay, even I have introduced the windows dedicated windows app for that, and that also I'll tell ki how I did that. Okay, there's a good concept ki you can convert your web app into let's say dedicated native app, although it's not sound as a native app, but it will work something like that. If you have used Figma, Trello, all have used the same process. Even in Netflix also they have did this. Okay, yeah, it's completely free, entirely free. You don't need to spend a single amount or single penny to build anything out of it. The only thing you need is a clear prompt, a clear instruction, and clear feedback. Okay, so you can see all the stuff, core feature, analytics, blah blah, everything is there. Okay, now if I'll do the authentication part, let's say instead of logging into my personal account, let's create one. Let's do sign up and say it's hosted. I'm not doing it anywhere locally. You can see it's not localhost 3000, it's hosted over a virtual, it's a web app. So let's create a dummy one. I'll mention dummy at the rate 123 at the rate dummy.com. Let's copy this also, we'll use it later. I'll mention dummy at the rate 1234567. Let's create it. Okay. So yeah, understood. So see, it's been created. Okay. Now if I'll go to continue to dashboard, I have joined the 1% club who actually want to build, solve something out of it. Okay. And you will introduced into the dashboard. This is the dashboard. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll log out this. Okay. Okay, I'll open the new tab. I'll search for the same web app, Hello Work. Let's log in again. It's dummy. I don't know what it's dummy 123, I guess, right? 123 at dummy.com. Okay, and DUMMY at the rate 1234567. Let's try this is the same email, right? I hope, yeah, it's the same email. Okay, and sorry, yeah. See, it's working. Even I can write, let's say, work over here. So my checklist is created. I can write the task over here. Let's say if I'll mention task as in key, vibe coding session. Okay, then I can mention something like people. Okay, even it's fully functional. If I mark it as completed, you can see my 50% task for this entire today's checklist is completed. Okay, can you tell me the name of tool? I will tell you, and even I'll show entirely how I build it. Just wait for another couple of minutes. Okay, and another thing I want to add over here, you can even this widgets and all, you can see you want to get the temperature, we'll get the temperature. This is a hydration goal. I can add all those hydration goal over here. I have fully hydrated today. Just a casual stuff. Bro, it's a prototype. No, it's not a prototype. It's completely hosted on a on Vercel. Okay, and I'll try if I'll have money. I'll go and I'll buy a domain. I'll host it for entirely in a separate all new domain. Okay, where Vercel is not included. Okay, so see, all of these are fully functional. It's not a prototype. Okay, so now I'll tell you how I did this. Before that, which tools I have used. Okay, free or paid, it's entirely free. Okay, don't need to spend a single amount of money over here. Okay, so the tool I have used is none other than, any guesses? Any guess? I just want you guys to guess what tool I have used. Any guess? And it's free. Like you can literally make 10, I guess 10 projects, entire projects. There's no credit limit and all. It's like you can make entire 10 projects. And it's like very simple. You'll get a VS Code interface. You can push all of your code to the GitHub as well. You can connect to, like after pushing, you can directly connect it to. I've not used Lovable. No, I actually want to use Lovable, but Gemini. Okay, Gemini. You can say Gemini, but it's not. It's powered by Gemini. Black box, nahi, no. Any other guesses? VO, no. I guess VO is by Vercel only, right? Any other guesses, guys? Last 10 seconds. We'll wait for another 10 seconds. Okay. Then what we got? Claude? Nahi, I have not used that Claude as well. Any other 5 seconds? Google Studio? You can say, okay, we got an answer. Firebase. Okay. So yes, I have used Firebase Studio for this. If I'll show you, okay. So if I'll open Firebase Studio, okay. So you will see over here, this is a vibe coding tool which I used. entirely to make this project, multiple project. Even if I'll show my Vercel as well, like I have hosted few of the projects over my Vercel, like task management, peer drop, some resume builders, wallpaper app, then some resources and all of these things I have did. I guess this one is still working, wallpaper app. And I guess, yeah, still this is working. So how it's working, it's nothing but it's calling the API, which is the free API given by this Pixel. I'm just fetching the wallpapers from anti-gravity. I tried using it. See, the anti-gravity is somewhat similar to what I can say cursor. In that cursor, you like for the cursor as well as anti-gravity, you have to install entire package in your system itself. But in the Firebase Studio, you can do it in browser. You don't need to install anything. Okay. In the browser itself, you have, even if you have a tablet and a keyboard attached, you can literally do the vibe coding. Okay. Okay. So if I'll show few of the projects which I have done using this vibe coding as well. First, you have seen this Velo work and this wallpaper app and all. So web app, sorry. So you can see all these things I have done here. Even I have posted some changes in last one day. Okay. So you can see. So now what we will do here is we will see how we can make these apps. So our today agenda is very clear. Okay. Let me open a quick note over here. I'll write what's our today's agenda. Okay. Let me open this separate notes. Uh, one second. One second. Where is that? Okay. Let me open notes again. Huh. This one. Okay. So our today agenda is very simple. We will build a web app, okay, using vibe array, vibe coding tool. Okay, and tool which we are going to use is none other than Firebase Studio. Okay, and if you want to know the link is studio.firebase.google.com. Okay, yeah, it's powered by Gemini. Okay, so another thing is what we are going to build. So we are going to build a simple web app which have two things. One is it can create to do, okay, first thing. Second, it can save your progress, okay, because saving it is a very crucial part if you are working with the backend as well. So you will get to know about how you can use Superbase as well, how you can integrate Superbase over here. Second, what you can do is what we will do is the authentication. We will also add a authentication, and we are using same Superbase for that, and Superbase is going to handle all of your stuff over there. Okay, Firebase is a start trial is free. Next can be used for paid issues, sir. So far, I would say Kriti, Kirti, right? Kirti, yeah. So far, what I have seen is key. I have not experienced any users limit, and I would really say key I have built more than how would I say more than 10, yeah, 15 web apps. And see, if you exceed the threshold over here, if you can build the 10 apps, then you cannot build the new one. Okay, but it's free to use. You can use it. You can build a good web app, a production ready, not a production ready, I would say a MVP. Okay, and you can test it out, okay, in the market as well. So okay, let's go back and set agenda. So we will build a simple app, and another we will where we are going to host. We are going to host on Vercel, okay, and we are also going to push our code, matlab code management we can say, we will do it on GitHub. ठीक है. And it's not like I will download entirely source code from here, system पे आएगा वो, like it will come to system, I'll connect back to VS Code, then I'll push it. No need to do all those stuff. Okay, we can directly do it from here. Okay, so are you all excited? Shall we start? You can write in the chat, guys. I can see 29 people are watching. You can write in the chat if you all are excited. We'll start doing it. Before that, I'll explain few pointers, which is it will help you to better write your prompts and all everything. Okay. ठीक है. So first thing, as I mentioned when Shiva asked few questions regarding how well you have to write prompts. Okay. Yes. Start. Okay. Great. Even I am also excited by seeing your responses. ठीक है. So, see, what we will do here is we will quickly understand what exactly comes when we write prompt, because anyhow we are doing vibe coding, right? So we need to very clear with our intent and thing which we have to do. Okay, and in the last I'll also share how you can fix this issue writing a clear prompt. You don't need to write every time a clear prompt, but a quick hack can solve it. That we will also discuss. Okay. So when we come about prompt, okay, so I'll give you two examples over here. The first prompt which we will see, which will be nothing but this one. It will say a vague prompt. Vague prompt is nothing but a prompt which have no purpose is a very detailed purpose. Vague one, vague prompt. Okay, so if I'll write an example, key we are building a to do app. Okay, so what the minimal thing which we can write something like build a simple uh, to do app with login and database. ठीक है. Although this prompt is this prompt will be accepted by this Firebase itself, but the thing is it will not give a clear output. Okay, so we need to break it down in terms of very simple way, where each task, each responsibility, each role is being broken down, so that thing what you are trying to build can be easily done using Firebase Studio. Okay, and add on to this, I would say, if you want, let's say you are working somewhere, or you are a student, or you are a part of a hackathon. Okay, and if someone told you ki, okay, let's build a to do app. Okay, and he or she have assigned you everything. You have to build front end, back end, you have to see the UI part, you have to build the logics, everything. Okay, in that case you will overwhelm yourself. You will not able to do entire thing by yourself in a very minimal time. Okay, so it's a good approach when you start from a scratch. Okay, break it down. You want to build a to do app with login and database, but here what you have to do, you have to build first to do app. To do app is nothing but you can write a title, you can write a description, and if you want to add checklist, you can add the checklist as well. But as of now we will look for title and description, or we can say the checklist part. Okay, so we can start with structuring and building a basic layout of how a to do app look like. Then our next process would be ki how what we can uh, like uh, go with the authentication. Because why we are going with authentication, we want to save the user data. If there is no authentication, how we will save it? There's no process to save without authentication, unless and until you want to do it for entirely local storage. Okay, so we will go for authentication, and then we will look for authentication is done. For the same authenticated user, I want to save all his progresses, which means title, description to his particular unique ID or user ID. Okay, so I hope it's clear, right? Anyone like write in the chat if it's clear. Anyone? I'm just waiting, guys. You can write in the comments. Okay, I have seen how it's clear. Okay, ठीक है. Okay, let's start then. ठीक है. I will use this fake prompt only just to start with, but what I can do here is I'll write it very simple as of now. Even they will give some more sample as well. Okay, so we'll start. We want to build key. We will mention key. Hey, uh, we sorry. I'll mention I wanted to build a web app where one can, what I can say, one can write down, write down task and what I can say, task and checklist. Okay, checklist. So see, here I have written a vague prompt. If I'll push this prompt, you will not get a good result. Although you will see you have to do more iteration, you have to be very clear with the prompt. So instead of going that process, what you can do, you can go with the improve prompt. It will give you a good idea what exactly you want to make. So he mentioned a productive web app for managing task and checklist. Key feature is including add new task, checking item, making them as a complete editing, editing existing entities and deleting tasks. Okay, and use a clean and organized blue white color schema. You can mention whatever, how much creative you are, how your web app should look like. Okay, so what we can do, we can use this prompt as well, or you can do one thing, write it down a thing which you want to do in GPT or Gemini, ask it to create a PRD. Okay, product requirement document. Okay, so it will create a PRD. You can mention in the PRD itself, it will mention key what are the tech stack being used, what are the tools we have to use, what are the structures we have to use. Okay, so if I'll give you an example, I have done this in the GPT itself, and I have this, what I'll say, the prompt which suggests key what are all the things I have to do when we go with the very simple, you can say, the output. Okay, is it well over? Yeah, it's well over, but it's just a dummy project. You can totally ignore it. I have not pushed it completely. Okay, so if I'll show you a good prompt over here, so you can see, and just copied it, and you can start it from here. It mentioned something like, I'm building a simple personal to-do app. Tech stack which we are going to use is front-end, React, although you can mention the Next.js. I guess Firebase Studio uses the Next.js, entire Next.js to build your application. For the backend auth and DB, we are using Superbase. Requirement is we want email plus password authentication. Each user can create, view, update, delete their own to-dos. To-dos should persist in Superbase. Show basic UI logics, not fancy design. Okay, you can. It also mentioned please suggest the Superbase table schema, because see, in Firebase Studio, you have to do some manual work like creating a schema in the Superbase itself. Is it? Yeah, yeah. It's well work. It's well work only. Milan, Milan Manisha, right? It's well work only. Okay. So what I was saying, in the so in Firebase Studio, if you use Firebase Studio, it will give you option to integrate directly with Firebase Studio storage system, because Firebase also provide authentication and storage that you can use. But why I have picked Superbase? Because the Superbase gives a good freedom, a good free tier uses. Okay, so if we'll go for Superbase, if I'll show you few thing about Superbase, why I have picked Superbase. So if I'll search Superbase over here, okay, and if I'll go here, pricings, okay, so you will see you can start with literally for $0 per month. Okay, and here what you can see is key, they can offer you unlimited API request. First thing. Second thing is like 50,000 monthly active user. It will give you 500 MB database size, and this is very sufficient for what I can say, for a simple to-do app. Okay. Then we have a 5 GB of egress, then we have 5 GB of cache egress, then we have 1 GB of file storage and community support. And this is more than enough just to build our functional app and test out in the market. Okay. So that's the reason why I use Firebase, Superbase. Okay, over here. Firebase I haven't used. I tried to use it, but there is some limitation, or maybe I'm not comfortable more with that. If you are comfortable, you can entirely skip this integration of Superbase, and you can, like in the Firebase Studio itself, it will ask you to can we integrate Firebase storage system, and it will integrate. You don't need to add any API key or anything else. Okay, So back to this prompt, we have this one. Okay. And clear schema, auth ownership, decent React structure, and less hallucination. Okay. So we can start with this. Okay, if I'll give this prompt, so it will start creating all the stuff. But I want a step-by-step process. So what I will do here is I will just write, as of now, I'll just write, which is key, create a web app for to do. Okay, list. I'm just writing a vague prompt as of now. Okay, let's prototype this with AI. So what it will do, it will create a blueprint. What are the things involved in building this particular web app? Okay, it will take some time. Okay, and even if you are using Firebase Studio, there are some security check recommendation which has been recently discovered in, I guess, mostly in December. If you're using any vibe coding tool, do update these things. Okay, because of that you will get some breaches and all. So see, this is a task master where you can see a task creation, task listing, task completion, task editing, intelligent personal prioritization. So this is a AI recommendation. Here they will use Gemini over here. Okay, they can by default can add Gemini, but I actually don't want to add Gemini. But if you are comfortable, you can add Gemini as well over here. Okay, these are the color schemas, layout, typography, iconography, animations. Then AI, what they are using, UI, what they are using, it's TypeScript, Next.js, and Tailwind CSS. If you are not satisfied with this blueprint, you can write it over here and make the changes. So I'll give you one example. I have not satisfied. I'll just mention key I don't want this intelligent prioritization. I'll just mention key uh, please remove intelligent prioritization. I'll just send it. It will recreate the blueprint. Okay, which says okay, we need a task creation, we need a task listing, all those things, and it's completely removed this intelligent prioritization. If you want to add anything else, let's say I'll just add make the web app with uh, dark and light theme support using toggle. Okay, so I'll just mention it, then it will reiterate it again. It will mention okay, we need a theme toggle as well where user can switch between light and dark theme. I guess we are pretty much done with just blueprint. It's just a blueprint. Now it will start creating the prototype. Okay, let's hit that, prototype this app. So now it will do the entire vibe coding stuff over here. Okay, it will start creating your project file, it will start creating your MD files, it will start creating your required file for this particular project. Okay, and here I'll meanwhile it start meanwhile it start preparing and building the app. What we will do, we will explore few things. First of all, here you can see this is a switch to code option. So if your web app is done and you want to do some manual changes by yourself, you can use this switch to code. So this switch to code entirely shifted to a VS Code editor where you can see your project files, even you can see your git pull, push, request, fetch, everything you can do over there. Okay. There you will also see Copilot integration. Everything is there over. Okay, so it will, and you can do the manual changes from there, because in some cases if you have to add some API key which you want to use, let's say we are using Superbase, so we need to add that API key manually, we need to add a Superbase URL manually, all those stuff we have to do it manually because this has been not taken care by Firebase, unless and until we will use entire Firebase file management system. Okay, so now it started doing the prototyping the app. It will write all the required codes, okay, for this particular project. Okay, you can see it started with a layout. Okay, and you can see it's entirely a next project. It's been under the source and entire being the root directory, all those things. So we'll start, you can see it started with all, if I say see all files, uh, CSS files, layout, pages, theme provider, theme toggle, okay, then use task, header, types. So every component is being designed over here. Okay. So far, any doubt, anyone have the doubt? We will do the feedback stuff right now. We will do the iteration. We will connect Superbase. Everything we will do. So far, anyone have any doubt or want to ask anything? Anyone in the chat you can mention. This will not give completely working app as of now. We need to sit and fix it via prompts. Okay. Anyone have doubts? Can mention it over here. I guess it's done. It's just checking for the errors. Even if have some error, it will try to solve it by itself. I'll also share some of my experiences when I try to use continue with LinkedIn. Matlab, when you are using an authentication system, you want to add, let's say, continue with LinkedIn, continue with Google, continue with GitHub, right? So there I have encountered few issues that I'll also share what are the issues and why you have to go with a better approach while implementing any feature which is related to authentications. Okay. Which level of project help to get job? I would say experience help you to get job, and it's like you can start with internships. You can start building some good projects as in key front full stack. If you're specifically asking for the project, I would say full stack. Okay. You can see this is a very minimal layout which I have, which has been given by the Firebase Studio. Let's open this in a separate browser, separate tab. Okay. Hope it's visible, right? You said we need to work step by. Yeah, I said we need to work step by step. Okay. That's the reason why I just given a very small vague prompt initially. But during that iteration, we have did that. Is it possible to develop a complete app for a hackathon? You can develop a web app using this Firebase Studio. And most probably, agar if you are asking about application, native application, I guess Emergent is there who can help you to build, but that comes with some limitations. Okay, so you can see over here to do completed. Let's add some task new. We'll add bootcamp. Okay, we'll add a description like it was on 7 p.m. today. Okay, we'll create one. It's created. Okay, now we'll add another. We'll add live session. Okay, we'll write on YouTube. Okay, so now it's completed, and if I'll mark it completed, it will shift it to completed. Okay, and if I'll uncheck it again, it will come back to do. Now this is entirely happening on your local storage. There is no authentication involved. There is no AI involved. AI as in key recommendation prioritization, which we have removed it, right? And there is no any what I can say authentication and saving it to the a particular user ID. So far, it's been okay with you guys. Any doubt so far? Anyone? You can write in the chat. I'm just watching this. You can see. Anyone, guys? Any doubt? Like 23 people are watching. No. Okay. So before jumping into authentication and all those super base stuff, what we will do, we will create a landing page for this, because if you consider any web app, it will have a landing page. So what exactly landing page is? If I'll show my own what I can say, this which I have built using my coding, you can see this is called a landing page, which have the feature description, all the stuff mentioned over here. Okay, so let's go and ask this to build a landing page. Paid or unpaid internship matters most. See, unpaid internship with a good company, if you just want to get the experience, just you literally don't care about the money, you can go with unpaid with a good if you are able to find that just for the experience. Or I would say instead of going with unpaid, you can work upon your own projects, build your entire team. You can ask with your friends, build it, create projects, post it on LinkedIn, Wordcell, anywhere. Okay, get the audience know about your projects, get the feedback. Okay, when it comes to paid internships, okay, So there comes a very good thing which will help you for your CV as well. Even your personal projects will help, but internship will get to understand how system work. System as in ki how a company perform, how a company work, how you have to do the things step by step or whatever it is. Okay, so both have different answers. Okay, so ठीक where we are trying to build a landing page. So when we talk about landing page over here, so I'll just mention key, can you add a landing page which says about this web app. Okay, web app functionalities. It is okay. I misspelled it. Functionalities. Okay, and uh, mention CTA to get started, which will sorry will bring users to dashboard. Okay, this is just a vague prompt. I'm just writing it in a vague way. See, why I mentioned a good prompt and vague prompt is because when you are using Firebase Studio with clear definition, okay, and if I'll give the clear definition in the first place itself, you will not get an idea about how we are fixing in step by step process. Okay, so I would say you can start with the vague one, but try to keep it prompt very efficient. You can write a good prompt, it will help you. But as of now, I'm also integrating with Superbase. If I have mentioned key I want a backend for on first place on Superbase, it will ask me to switch from Superbase to Firebase. This is a limitation of Firebase because it's a Google product and it will force to use their Google services. Okay, so that's the reason why I have on the first page I have not mentioned it over there. But if you're comfortable with Firebase Studio and Firebase file management system, you can use it. Okay, so I'll just run this and I'll come back to comments. So can you provide a roadmap to get select on a campus as a full stack web developer? CTA is nothing but call to action. Okay. So what exactly call to action is? See, I'll come back to your question as well, roadmap wala part. Okay. CTA, you can see this is CTA. Get started for free. Login. Download for Windows. So this is nothing your CTA. I hope it's clear, right? So a CTA, matlab CTA is like you what you want you from user to perform the action. Okay. So let's get back to this one. I have just asked it and it's done. It's created. I don't like these images. I'll just remove it later. But yeah, so far it's okay. Okay. We'll come back to some comments. Can you provide a roadmap to select on campus as a full stack developer? There will be 100 students in my class and only 20 select every year. Okay, I will share. I guess you are already part of the group. I'll ask Shiva. He will share some of the roadmaps over there. Okay. Okay. So see, this is a very minimal landing page you can see over here with all the functionality, but it's not organized well, right? If I'll open it, and you can see, it's not fancy and it's not very simple, but yeah, it's kind of a simple. I'll also tell how to export code. You can literally export any code from this process, this whiteboard tool. Okay, just stay tuned, guys. Okay, so you can see what we can do. We can ask him to iterate it. What we can do, we can go to Dribble. I hope you all know about what is Dribble. Dribble is nothing but a platform where you will get UI stuff like a front end UI. Okay, can you brief from starting? I have joined now, please. Okay, so we are trying to build a web app, okay, where we are using a vibe coding tool, which is Firebase Studio. So far, what we have done, we have just given a vague prompt. Vague prompt is nothing but a prompt which is not very much powerful, but can do the job. And we actually need to avoid this vague prompt. So vague prompt is nothing but create a web app for to-do list. Okay, it created a blueprint by itself. Then we just remove few things. If we don't want intelligent prioritization, we just remove the AI implementation. Okay, then we ask key make the web app with dark and light theme support both, and it's all started from there. So I hope this is a very brief. Okay, So back to dribble. So what we are doing, we actually don't like this landing page. I hope I'm right. You guys also don't like this landing page, right? You can write in the comments. Did you like this landing page, or should we change it? Should we or not? Guys, you can write in the chat. Simply Y or N, or yes or no. It can be better. Definitely, it can be better. So let's do this. So what we can do, we just came to a platform. You can go on any platform, literally on any platform which have UI, a user interface, and you can search. So I'll search simple to do landing page. Okay. It will give some UI results. You can literally see those UI results, how it look like. Few are very fancy, few are very modern, few are very simple as well. So whatever suits you, you can pick anyone. Okay. Yeah, we can make, yeah, we can make more realistic. So what we can do, we will see what designs we like, and if you have a clear understanding idea about UI, and if you know how to make a UI on Figma, you can make the UI on Figma, and you can just, what I will say, just create it on Figma, take the screenshot and paste it in Firebase Studio. That's the simple thing which we are doing right now over here. So I guess these all are quite fancy, very vibrant, but let's explore a bit more. What we will pick? What should we pick? Should we pick something like this? Can we make it modern and simplistic? Yes, we can. Definitely, we can. That's the thing. That's the only thing I'm searching on Dribble. Sometimes you need to search a lot in Dribble. What design suits you the best? Okay. So I am not getting any good design. So I'll do a simple land landing page. Okay, let's see what results we are getting. Okay, now we are getting some good results. So simple to do. Let's use, I would say, which one? Everyone have this good use. Let's use this one. I hope this is good, right? Can we use this one? You can write in the chat. Yes or no, guys? A simple yes or no. Okay, chalo, let's start. Let's take the screenshot from here. Okay, I'll just take the screenshot. I'll just take this much only. Okay, I just want this much because we don't have this very fancy screenshots and all. We need to do that manually. So we'll just go with that. I'll just mention ki, hey, can you just uh, fix the landing page design and mo- make it modern. Also, I am attaching a reference, ENC, sorry, array, sometime it happened, reference array, sorry, my bad, reference image, okay, or you can say screenshot. Do mention key, use that image as a reference only, okay, or as a, like, what I can say, use that image just to analyze the UI, and you can mention do keep the elements of the current web app which we have built. Okay, I've attached the screenshot. Control V and it's been done. Okay, is there any limitation while uploading? Yes, I would say try to upload 2-3 images per prompt, and don't over give the images, because some UI references are different, some UI references are different, and there you will see a mismatch of the UI as well, and sometime it will get some issues. Most probably when Firebase Studio is being powered by Gemini 3, that time it will get fixed. Currently, I guess it's using, I guess, Gemini 2 or 2.5 Pro, something like that. Okay, so please, can you help Stuka? Yes, I will help you. I'll share a lot. In last, I'll share a guideline where you can see how you can write a good prompts. Okay, so shall we start like fixing this landing page UI? I've just sent the prompt. So this is the prompt with the image. Okay, I have mentioned, hey, can you just, okay, it's misspelled. Okay, we can just mention, hey, can you fix the landing page design? Okay, of course, I'll give a landing page with a more modern redesign inspired by screenshot you provided, while keeping all the core element of the Taskmaster app. Okay, so can we use AI generated reference too? Yes, you can use AI generated reference, but see, when it you need to understand one thing when it comes to UI. Okay, the UI should be practical. It should be not very fancy. If you go with very fancy stuff, you will see in last key, okay, it's not very sufficient. Okay, so somewhat it fixed the UI. If I'll open it again, you can see it's much better now. It took the reference because we don't have much feature now. It just used the feature which is being mentioned. Okay, so it's much better as compared to our first iteration. Even in the light mode, it's nice. You can see this translucent effect as well, right? Yes, it's like ChatGPT and Gemini. It's powered by Gemini itself. Okay, it's using Gemini only. So you can see all those things, right? Even in the footer itself, Taskmaster, all right reserve, blah blah, all those stuff, and you can see. So I hope so far no issues. Anyone, you can just write in the comment if you have anything, any problem. How it works, it will redirect to this page. Okay. Okay, anyone have any doubts, you can just mention. If we'll go with the get started, it will redirect to this section. See, we have created these two things, still it's there. How it's there? It's using currently a local storage. Okay, if you want to test it out, I'll share a shareable link. Do you all want to test out? Or I'll attach in the, I'll share in the WhatsApp group. There you can check. Okay. So I want to go into AI ML. Is there I need to master JavaScript and React as I'm currently doing with Flask and work with whiteboard? I guess you can do that as well. Uh, Anish, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing well. Yes, you can do that. I would see do some research around it. Okay, you'll get better clarity what you have to go with that. Okay, data analyst best stack developer, data analyst best over full stack. No comments. Yeah, yeah. Okay, because of all doing full. Yeah, all are doing full stack development. Okay, made it. Interesting. Okay, sorry, my bad. ठीक है. So later I'll share this working link with you guys. Okay, so now what we will do, we will try to implement authentication first. Okay, so for that we need two things. One is Supabase and one is a good prompt which will help us to guide, because Firebase will not create a project in Supabase and it will not link your project directly with Supabase. Here we need to do some workaround. Okay, so uh, is creating only the TypeScript based app or whatever language we mentioned. Initially, I guess it's TypeScript based only, but there is an option where you can use editor. It will have Java, .NET. It will have Flask. I guess Flask is also there. You can just check. You can explore Firebase Studio. Okay, so what we are doing, we are creating integration of authentication. We'll just mention ki, hey, now we are planning to add a auth system in this project. Sorry, system in this project. Okay, and in this project using Supabase. Okay, we are using Supabase. Note me, you have to mention, okay, it's just a auth. As of now, we don't want to save the created task and description over Supabase. That we will do later. Okay. Initially, we just want key our authentication should work first thing. Okay. So we'll start with authentication. I hope the session is not boring, guys. Okay. And I'll give one disclaimer over here. When we try to run this command, you may get some what I will say uh, what I will say, some restriction from the Firebase Studio, which will tell Supabase. It's not super, it's Supa, SUPA. Okay, Supabase. So it will like force you to use Firebase file management system. But to fix that, you have to write it again. Maybe it will block you as of now. Block you as in key. It will ask you to. We can go with Firebase management system, but once it's done, there you can go with the manual override control. You can just mention key. I'm comfortable with Supabase, and I can do the manual stuff. Help me just with integration. I'll add the API keys, all the stuff later. Okay. We will run this command first. Okay. Let's see what it will tell. So Supabase is your backend system where it will it will manage all your authentication, it will all manage your databases, it will all manage your tables, schemas, everything. Okay. So when it comes to a website, it have two very core component, which is front end and back end, and combining that, it comes with a full stack, and it's alternative to Firebase, right? Okay. So it mentioned I can definitely help you set up an authentication system for this project. However, my expertise, see, currently application architecture using Next.js with Firebase. I told you, right? It will force you. Okay. Would you like to proceed setting up with Firebase? We will try. We will try to override this. Okay. I already uh, uh, know Supabase. Okay. I just wanted you to manage front end uh, front end logics. Okay, and I will add the API keys later once front end logic is done. Okay, also you can mention over here key uh, I already know Superbase blah blah. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if it's still blocking us or not. Okay. Okay, so it's addressing the conflicts, fixing all the stuff. Okay, I understand you're comfortable with Superbase and would like to handle front-end logic. However, okay, so now we'll try. Can you build? Can you help me to write the SQL queries and commands for Superbase that I will run manually? Okay, let's try this. Okay, now implement a complete secure thing. See, still it's forcing to use Firebase. Okay, I was trying it should use that. Again, it's saying I understand you have looking for a specific SQL command to set up authentication of the, however you would like to capability. Again, it's forcing. So here are two ways. Okay, you have to try a prompt in a way jahan pe it forces ki they can go with a Superbase, or else you can go with Firebase Studio. Okay, so what I will do here is key will proceed first with Firebase, and then we'll change it to Superbase. Okay, we simply copy paste state schema, right? Yes, you can do that. Okay, so let's start with creating key. Let's try once again. Let's go with Supabase. ठीक है, I'll create the project in Supabase itself. I'll just open Supabase. Okay, let's create, give the all API keys to them. Although आपको API, you don't need to reveal your API key, but I will just delete right after this event. So I'll just mention task master. This is my Supabase. I just created the new project. I'll just mention a password over here. This is a DB password. Okay, okay, and you just select your region. It's Asia Pacific, okay, which is recommended, or you can see, I guess, something South Asia, Mumbai. You can just select this as well. Okay, or you can go with the recommended Asia Pacific. Okay, just create new project. Okay, it's need more stronger password. I'll just mention create. Let's create this. Okay, so our this is done. Okay, what we will do, key, we have these thing, project URL and publishable API key. Okay, so we'll just copy all those things over here. I'll just mention here, work on logic of Supabase. Okay, and implement it. Here is the project, here is the Supabase project URL. Supabase project URL. Okay, I'll just mention the project URL over here and just mention the API key. You don't need to reveal your API key, guys. Okay, okay, just optimize the app to work with Supabase as of now. Okay, we'll see whether it's again forcing us to still use Firebase Studio, or it's uh, trying to. Okay, I understand, provide, see, again it's forcing. Okay, so here is two step. You can continue with Firebase Studio now and then you can change it for Supabase later. Okay, so we'll ask, okay, continue with continue with Firebase. So here you will see one magic. Once I mentioned, okay, continue with Firebase, it will auto create a Firebase management system. It will ask a permission over here. Okay, it is creating outlining structure, everything over here. Excellent, I have done. See, it forced us. You can use Mongo. See, the only thing is, if we are going with MongoDB, the manual stuff you have to do it, or you can ask this AI prompts as well to do it for yourself. You just need to connect your API key and all those links and all. Okay, let's start. It's asking me, okay, we have done, we can just set it up. Let's start it. Okay, so now it's connecting to a Firebase project. It will set up the services. We are now just adding the authentication as of now. Okay, we are not going to save any data as of now. Okay, hope it's clear to you all, guys. See, we tried to add Supabase, but it is for, because it's a Google product, it's forcing to use Firebase. But here you have an option switch to a code, so there you can do it manually, but that we'll see later. Okay, so it will take some time, another like 30-second or 1 minute ish kind of a thing. Once it's done, your authentication will work. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of minutes. See, these are all my again API keys and all those stuff. Still I'm making it visible, but once it's done, I'll just remove all those things. Okay, it's setting up, generating the backend files. Okay, then it will go back. Okay, meanwhile what I'll do, I'll just remove this. Okay, because I already revealed the key of this project, so let me remove. Done, it's been removed. Where we are here. Okay, still it's preparing. It's using cloud services. Okay, okay, we'll wait for another 20 seconds maybe. Yeah, done. So it did all the file changes. Okay, it did all the required Firebase stuff, not Superbase as of now. Okay, and it's building all the core functionality and fixing the logic. Like it will introduce a login over here. It will add some other dependencies of the project. Okay, so just give some time. Okay, so it's doing now the front end stuff. Okay, it's all creating components that will try to add all the possibilities. Okay, just wait for another few minutes. No, sorry, seconds, not minutes. Then I'll switch to this. Yeah, please ask if you have a doubt. So it's checking for the final errors. It's been done. You can see we got a login, we got a sign up. We can do our processes. So let's try this. Okay, I just open it again in the fresh tab. You can see it over here. We can see the login. Okay, when we tap it, it will come something like this. We can go with sign up as well. As of now we don't have any account. Let's create an account. I'll just mention dummy again, dummy at one sorry .com, and just mention dummy at 1 2 3 4 5, sorry 5 6. Sign up. Done. So my account is created. Now we encountered some issues. Okay, you can see there are some, as of is showing from the very big system Windows specific application similar what we make as you showing from very beginning. Okay, that I'll come. Okay, I'll come this to later. Now we got a runtime type error. You can just go back over here. Okay, you can try to log in from here itself where you have created account. You can just mention dummy at the rate dummy.com at 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's try to log in. Okay, okay, I guess 2 3 4 5. Okay, password is wrong, I guess. Let's sign up. I'll create another account. Dummy2 at dummy.com. Dummy at 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sign up. We created the account. We'll wait. Login. Now we encountered error. So if you do the action, like all the action over here, and if you encountered with a problem, it says I have detected an error. Want me to help want me to fix this, just fix this error. These are the few errors which has been occurred when you are implementing authentication or file saving management, all those stuff. It will investigate, it will fix, and it will give you a solution. Okay, he mentioned, of course, it looked like a error is being having because the task data is still loading from Firebase store when it's completed. So now it's done. You can see it's loading. Let's wait. Done. Our authentication is done. Now let's try this here. Log out, log in. Our password is dummy2 at dummy.com. Oh, sorry, email is, and we'll do the authentication. Login. Done. It's done, right? Now here is the fun thing. Now we are done with first thing, creating an application, creating authentication, saving the progresses. Okay. Now what we will do, we will try to export the code. Where we want to export, we want to export in the GitHub itself. Okay, from there you can use it anywhere you want. Okay, so let's open this, switch to code. Okay, as of now we tried login, we tried creating task, we tried adding some to-dos, everything. Okay, So now let give some time to load all the data. Currently you can see it's loading. Just wait for another 30 20. Just all thing is in done in a cloud itself. Okay, see it's loading. You can see activating extensions. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay, now it's done, it's loaded. It will add some readme files. It will open some readme files. It will again open the prototyper mode over here, and it will open the Gemini prompter over here. Okay, you can just close it. You can keep these two if you want. Okay, here you can see all your rules, regulations, what and all things, project files, sources. You can see it from here itself. Let it open. I guess my internet is quite slow, but yeah, just wait for some time. That's opening. Let's open doc. Still it's loading. Sorry, my internet's quite slow. Just close this. Okay, just wait. Meanwhile, we'll create a. So everyone knows how to use GitHub, right? You can just mention you know about GitHub, how to use it. Can you show again this part? Yeah. So here is a prototyper to code view where you can switch it. Okay. Currently we are into the prototyper mode. If you want to open in a VS Code kind of a layout, you can just tap it over here and you can switch to a code view. Okay. Here you will see all of your project files. Now it's loaded. Your documents, what and all things required, blueprints and all. Your node modules. Okay, your repository structures, file containing rules, regulations, API keys, all the stuff you will get to know from here. Okay, or you will get from the prototyper mode. Okay, so now let's go with, we want to push this entire code to our GitHub. Okay, what we will do, we will open GitHub. Okay, let's create a blank repository. From here you can just go to create new repository. You can just mention over here repository name as a task underscore mngt underscore no, sorry, test underscore task. This is just my naming convention, just to be double sure. If you want to add some description, you can add. Okay, if you want to make it public, you can make it public. If you want to make it private, you can make it private. Currently I'm just going with the private. Okay, just create repository. Now my repository is created. Now what I can do here is, it's entirely empty. You can see I cannot see my code over here, but I'll just open a terminal from here. It gives us an option to open the terminal. Okay, so just wait until the terminal is being activated. This is all because my internet is slow, so it's not loading properly. Okay, so let's wait. Meanwhile, I'll close other tabs. We don't require this. We don't require this as of now. This is a prototyper. This is new tab. Yeah, it's activated. You can see here studio, the file name, then the folder itself, right? So let's push our entire code to GitHub. Okay. First, what we will do, we will do git init. Okay. So let's open this. Just type git in it. Okay, it initialized the our command. Now we'll do the first commit. If you want to add some specific message, you can just mention. When you copy paste, it asks you to give the permission. I've just allowed it. Okay, you can just write anything over here. Just mention it first commit on the main branch. Okay, we want to, where we want to push, we want to push into the main branch itself. Okay, it's been shifted to main branch. Now this link we have to mention because this is our remote origin where all the code will be pushed. Just add it. Now the final command, which is git push origin main. So here you will just mention, and it will ask for the authentication as well. It will try to connect with your GitHub. Okay, so you have to do allow. It will ask you to copy code and continue. It will open the new tab. You can just select your account, whatever account you are using. paste this code and continue. Okay, it will again ask some permission. Do you want to authorize to read email, blah blah, everything. Use your pass. But this is my security step. I'm just adding my passkey over here. Now it's done. You will come back. You will see. We'll wait. I think done. All of my code is now pushed to GitHub. If I'll do a refresh over here, you will see this is my entire project file. So far, any doubt? Anyone have? Like, we created the app, we connected with GitHub. Anyone have any doubt? Yeah. So see, in the Firebase Studio, once you open this code view instead of prototyper, here you will see a section which opens the terminal. From here you can open terminal, output, problems, output, terminal. Or there's few shortcuts, I guess control and I guess hyphen or something like that. You can use it to open the terminal. Okay. So yeah, any doubt on this? No, right? I hope no. Okay. So now our everything is done. Now we want to host it as well. Okay, we'll see first some rules. You can see all those rules over here. You can, if you want to see some specific files, let's say want to check library, in library you will get some hooks. If you want to see some hook type, utils, everything over here. In Firebase you will see all your firestore things. Okay, user collection, everything. Then you can see components, task, app, UI, dashboard. Okay, if you have added AI you will see AI. Could you explain the terminal open Firebase? I guess I have already explained, right? How terminal opens in Firebase. Okay, so from here you can see, right, in Firebase Studio Web, here is the your GitHub status, then sorry git status, and now here you can see option which says no problem. Over here you can just open terminal from there. I hope it's clear. So won't we connect back with Superbase? Yes, we are trying to connect with Superbase, but the thing is, if I switch back to prototyper mode, there is some workaround that we need to do it manually. Now I will try to connect it with Superbase as well. Okay, so let's open. Sorry, the internet issue. Let me reload. Okay, let it open. Let it open. Just wait for some minute. The internet issue is. So like, do you guys like, you will try it or not? My doubt is if we change anything in our Firebase or VS Code, whichever. So here I'll explain a very important step. Okay, now it's open. So my doubt is if we change anything in our Firebase or VS Code, whichever we use it for update the GitHub automatically or anything, not. Yes. So what you can do here is see, either you can continue with this Firebase Studio. I'll do some changes right now also. I'll show you how it will work. Or if you copied it to your VS Code, so every time you do the changes, you have a knowledge about git pull, git push, git fetch. This will give you a clear understanding when you did changes, whether you wanted to the whether you wanted to push the system. Once you pushed it, you can just fetch it. You can just fetch all the changes. You can just merge it. You can just compare and merge it. Any additional activity you want to do with your code base, you can do it. Okay, so for that purpose you have to learn the version control. Okay, git and github, then version control, all the stuff. Okay, now let's proceed where we are. uh, Someone asked about Superbase. Why didn't see? We tried to implement using Superbase, but it's a Google product. Okay, and they are forcing us to use Firebase. We will try out. Okay, we want to change from Firebase store to Firebase or on Superbase. We can do that. Okay, we will try. Okay, and most of the cases, sometime it works, sometime it won't, but it will do the job. Okay, And if you start defining the backend in the first place, it's like if you want to proceed with Superbase, it will work. Okay. So now we are done with this. We pushed our code over here. We'll switch back to code view. We just want to know a few API keys and all the stuff so that we can connect it. Okay. So let's see the hook we have. Firebase we have provider and all. Okay. Modified is there. Get rules. We have the rules and regulations over here. ts.json, all the configs here we have. Then readme is there. Now we are looking for this one. Sorry, it's here. Just open it. Meanwhile, we will connect. So now what we are doing, we are just connecting our GitHub, sorry, our repository to Vercel. Okay, so let's create a new project. Okay, in the Vercel. Here it will ask you to import from GitHub. It will ask you to connect your GitHub from here, import Git repository, right? So here it will give a CTA box where it will ask you to connect. It will do the authentication and you are done. So here you can see test task is already been fetched by Vercel from my repository. I can just mention import. I can just hit on import this project. Okay, this is next year's project. Okay, now we need to add some environment variables, that is our API keys, because we are using authentication and we are using Firebase store. So they provide some API keys in order to authenticate, sorry, in order to work that particular authentication system. Okay, so we'll just go back here, we'll look for this, and here we have our configs. You can see project ID. This is my API key. This is my all the domain stuff. So we can just mention API key and all. We'll just copy it from this one, what we have created. We'll look for that. Firebase rule is there. We'll see. Okay, now we have error, provider, logics, uh, client config. Okay, so here we have all the thing, API key and all the stuff. So we'll just copy this API key from here. Just mention this API key from here to, let's say, this one. Okay, just mention it over here. And here we have auth domain. So our auth domain is nothing but this app is being hosted on this URL, this domain. But we are changing it to there. So there we need to do some changes. Okay, so I'll explain that. Let's do this first deploy. We will see what errors we will get. From even in the Vercel also we'll get some errors. So from this we will shift back to Firebase Studio. We will copy all the errors. We'll mention it. It will help us to fix that. Okay. Okay. Let's see, it's deploying. We'll see what errors we will get. These are, as of now, these are warnings. But let's see, did our app is hosted or not. Most probably we will get some error initially because maybe due to some environment variable stuff, but we'll see what error we are encountering. Okay. Meanwhile, if you guys have any doubt, feel free to ask. I can see still 17 people are there. I'm so sorry. I know it's your dinner time. I won't take more than another 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. And if everything goes well, okay, see, we encountered some errors, failed. Okay, because of this Firebase stuff. This we will try to fix it. Okay. Once it will generate all the logs, we'll copy the logs and we will see. It's hosted. We'll have to check the authentication it's working or not. We're going to go to continue to dashboard. This is our URL. Okay, can you explain after pushing? Yeah, I will explain. Okay, sure. So this is our URL. We'll try to do login. Let's see if it's working or not. Dummy 2, I guess, right? At the rate, sorry, uh, error. Acha, I guess it's invalid credentials. I have to log in here. Let's see. What is my password? I also don't know what is my password. Let's do one thing over here. Sorry. Let's close this. Let's go to preview. I'm just checking my password. I'm not doing something extra. Yes, I actually forgot my password. So let's open inspect, and we have type. Do we have type over here? Okay, let me check. ID value. Okay, value is dummy. Oh, this is my password. Okay, so this is my password. This is a quick hack once you forgot your password. So Firebase, yeah. So we are getting an error because our authentication is not set up properly. Now we will check. We are getting failed to load resources. So now what we will do, we will just copy this error. Okay, we'll go back in this Firebase. Okay, so now we hosted the app on, sorry, web app on Wurzel, and I am getting or encountered with getting this particular error. The error is nothing but fail to load resources, blah blah blah, blah. So we will also attach one, this one screenshot. Okay, we are trying to log in. We'll take the screenshot. Okay, we'll just take the screenshot and we'll mention it over here. Help me to fix the bug, first thing. Okay, and any manual process or setup required to do on Vercel. You can just fix the grammar. I'm just writing it in a very vague way, but I hope you know the intent of what I'm trying to say to the prompt. I know it's a wrong prompt, but just to save time, just writing it. Okay, let's see what it will give us the error and all the stuff. So analyzing blah blah. Okay, hello, I can suggest blah blah blah. However, for you some code and see, can fix it. Like what we can do in this, I guess we need to add these keys. These are my environment variable keys that we need to add it over there. Okay, so now let's fix this. What we are getting hydration. This is like a tree hydration error. If you want to fix it, you can fix it and you can ignore it as of now. So let's ignore this. So added the environment, you need to create an environment variable in each key. These are the things which we need to mention it over there. Auth domain, project API key, and these things. So let's mention this in our, this one, Vercel. We'll go back to settings. We'll go to environment variables. Okay. And here we just added one thing, which is I guess API key, right? But instead of that, we need to do this thing, that is next public Firebase key. Sorry, we can get back to here, Firebase key. Let's edit name Firebase API key. Done. Now we want to add few more, which is this one. Another is next public Firebase auth domain. So our auth domain, I've also mentioned where is our auth domain. And we will also add one more thing, which is this one, next public Firebase project ID. So this will help to work the authentication system. Okay, sir, can you instead of dummy hit me? Okay, I guess so. Okay, so value. Okay, dummy 2, I guess it's correct only, but let's try dummy.com. Oh, you are correct. Okay, then it worked. Congratulations, guys. Okay, so but I would say this is the best practice, which is we have seen we need to add environment variables, and these variables you have, which we have mentioned over here. Let's say if I'll see these variables, right? So these variables are nothing but this one. You will see it over here. This project variables. Okay, API key, auth domain, okay, and project ID. Okay, so sorry guys, and thank you for finding the my mistake. Okay, so you will get it from here also, which is sorry, this one. Here you will see configs. In configs we have API project ID. We'll do this update as well. Let's see whether it's working or not. We'll copy this in the word cell. So this is our auth domain, right? What we copied, project ID. So let's mention this in project ID. And we have one more thing, which is auth domain. So our auth domain is this one. Let's copy and paste it over here and save this and redeploy it. Okay. So why redeploy? Whenever you do any environment variable changes, you have to redeploy it to comply with all the changes you have done. Okay. So we have to do redeploy. Okay. So it will try to redeploy all the things. You can view the status like it's started, it's building the files. Okay. Meanwhile, I guess it won't work. The reason is, see over here, we did some changes, new changes when I pushed the this errors and all, right? But these changes is not sent to our GitHub. Okay. So in that case, we also need to sync our new changes, right? New changes to our GitHub. But I'll do that. I'll explain what I'm trying to do. Okay. So let's see. Still building. 43 seconds. Took 43 seconds so far. See, there is one changes, right? So this is our previous runtime error where we got internally. Then we tried to fix it when we hosted on Vercel, right? Now it might get some error over here in Vercel. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, perfectly. It's fine. We haven't got any error. It says ready and latest, and you can ready or latest, or I guess we got okay. One minor bug is there that we will see later. We'll go to deployment and we will see from here. You can see recently we redeployed it, right? Now what we will do, we did some changes as well, right? We'll sync this changes, we'll set okay. It will automatically sync with your GitHub. Once we did commit, you can see it's committed. We'll come back here. See, new build is creating automatically. Why it's creating automatically? Because we connected with this GitHub. Okay, this is our GitHub. If I refresh it, you will see we have received few new changes 5 minutes ago. Okay, and I guess 5 minutes ago is the latest changes which we have done. Okay, it's been updated in the source directory itself, and that too also in Firebase folder, and in that Firebase also configs, because configs has been updated. Okay, these things, although this is it's commented out, there's no sense, but yeah. So now once you did that, this also this is also ready, done and deployed. So far what we have learned, we built an app using Firebase Studio. We understand what exactly vibe coding is. We try to make a simple to-do app. Okay, we connected that with the Firebase store. The reason is Superbase, because Firebase is restricting us to use Superbase as of now. Okay, we will try that. And then what we did, we connected, we pushed all the code to the GitHub, and then we connected it to the Vercel. So now, if I will share this link to you, okay, this that says task test task 6, something like that. You can just change the domain. Let's say if I want to change it, I'll go here, not here. I'll just open this. I'll go to setting, this domain. Okay, and here you can just edit it. So let's say I just want to, if you guys can quickly help me a name which we can keep to this domain, anyone, and a unique name. Maybe some name is already been taken by someone on Wordson, but if you can quickly uh, share any of the name, anyone guys, what you want me to keep the domain name? I will share this domain name to you all guys. You can just have a look and play around it. Anyone? How about test hyphen task hyphen vibe hyphen code? Although this is not a good name, but I'll try. Coding. Okay, vibe coding. Now I'll just save this. It will ask me, do you want to redirect the old one? Yes, I want, or you can just completely remove the old one. Okay, so if I'll do the redirect, it's the my domain is changed. This is my new domain. You all guys can try Tasky. Tasky, I guess I previously tried this Tasky, but it was taken. Even I got this name in my mind when I was building for myself. So it was not available. It's already been taken. Okay. So yeah, this is there. Then we can do the login stuff. Okay. And the app is functional. Okay. So far, any doubt? Anyone have any doubt regarding this? And I will reiterate it what we have done so far. Okay. Anyone have doubt? You can just mention. I hope no, right? I'm just watching the comments. No doubts. Take it. So it's very simple. We explored what we explored. We explored a tool. Take it. A tool which is nothing but Firebase Studio. Okay. Second, we tried to implement what we tried to implement Superbase, but Superbase is being restricted. I'll tell how to connect it with GitHub. Okay. So Superbase, we tried to run implement Superbase, but it's been restricted by Firebase Studio itself because they are promoting their own services. That is nothing but Firestore. Okay. So instead of Superbase, we switched it to Firestore. Okay. Another thing what we did, which is we implemented features like auth, save data. Okay. Apart from this, what we did, management of what? Code. And what we did in terms of management, we pushed it to GitHub. Okay. Using code switch to code feature, using switch to code mode in Firebase Studio. Okay. ठीक है, open terminal Firebase Studio. Yeah, I'm just opening that. Okay. ठीक है. So far this we have done. Okay. So now let's refresh it everything. I'll tell it everything again from starting what we have done so far. Let's switch to prototyper first. ठीक है. So we started with nothing but a simple vague prompt. I'll do that. I'll connect it back, but for that we need to completely delink our old repository. Okay. So what I will do, I will create one new dummy app, then we will link it again. Okay. So initially what we did with a vague prompt, we got a blueprint. Okay. After getting the blueprint, we removed some feature which we don't want and we added some feature which we want. Okay. Then it started building the prototype. Okay. After building the prototype, we asked it to create a landing page because a website with a landing page will make sense. Okay. So we created a landing page. After that, we tried to redesign the landing page because previously it was not very much good, right? But not appealing. So we shifted and we shared some reference images. We defined it and it's done. Then we got this design. Okay. Now we tried to add Superbase. हमने try किया, we tried to add Superbase authenticating system, but it forcing us to use Firebase Store. Okay, the reason is very simple. The product is owned by Google and they want to promote their own product itself. Okay, we tried it multiple times, 2 times, 3 times, but it's not implementing. Maybe we need to work around some prompt and we need to try it. I'll also try it and I'll share in the community itself which prompt will forcefully add the Supabase implementation in the project. Okay. Then what we did, after that we continued with Firebase. So it created the Firebase services, connected all the required project files, made the changes in the files in order to work it. After doing that, we encountered one error. That error is nothing but a runtime error. Okay, it's a very common error. We provided that error, it fixed it in no time. Okay, then now what we did, we hosted on Vercel, and of course my mistake, I mentioned the wrong email. Although by mentioning the API key it's working, but we followed a best approach जहाँ पे we ask it कि we are getting this error, it fixed it, and it changed all the it asked us to do the changes in environment variable. We did the environment variable thing, got changed. Okay, done. Here so far done. Addition to that, we also explored the code, switch to code mode. Okay, and Sam, I would say I will explain it here because it's already almost 2 hours and it took very long. You can also watch this recording as well later, I guess. Well, you can watch it. So I'll show the all that uh, prompt. Sorry, all the this one commands which I have mentioned in the terminal itself. Okay, let's close that. What we did, then we connected this entire project to our GitHub. How we did that? What we did, we just went to our GitHub. This is our blank GitHub page. We just went to do this create new. We added a new repository. We created it. We give the name. We got all the links over there. Then we followed the links which is being given by the GitHub, and we mentioned here in this. We'll start with the first one, which is git init. So git init, what will do, it will initialize the GitHub repository. Okay, then we need to commit it. We need to commit what we are, what so far progresses we have done. Commit is done. Okay, then we shift it to the main branch, because in GitHub, anything which you want to see on a production side, that is on Vercel, it will do automatic changes and all. It push it to a default branch, a main branch. Okay, then we added a remote origin. This remote origin is nothing but this is the link of your repository. Okay, if I'll go to my repository over here, if I'll open this test task, okay, and if I'll show you the link of this is nothing but this one, remote. Okay, this is the link. So if I'll go here, see GitHub Sanskar Trulia test underscore task dot git. Okay, this is the remote link, a link for that particular repository. Once it's linked, then we have to push the code. Git push your origin. Once this done, it will ask you to give permission, authenticate your GitHub account. We did allow GitHub account. It connected and all these things. It will show the process what you have to do. Okay, after that, once we have authenticated everything, we have successfully pushed our code to this repository, and here you can see this is our entire code. You can download it. Okay, you can clone it to your local VS code. Okay, so whatever you want to do, you can do it from here. Then what we did, then we shifted from GitHub to Vercel. Why Vercel? Because we are using it to host it. You can use Netlify, but for the Netlify stuff, you have to build the project first. So if you know about the front end technologies and know about the web development, we need to create a build file in order to run this project on the Netlify. You can see the process how to host a Next.js project on Netlify. Most probably it's done. We need to create a build and it's been hosted. But yeah, but for the faster way, because Next.js is being offered by the Vercel itself, so we use the Vercel over here, and it's completely free. Okay, so you just created what we did. We just went here. We just went to add a project, add new. Here itself it says task, test task. We just imported it. It asks us to enter some environment variables, because that environment variable is very important, because it will manage your authentication. It will connect Firebase store with Vercel in order to exchange the authentication files. Okay, using API keys. Okay, so now we will go this one. Here from here, what we did, from the prototyper mode, or from the config file. The config file is which one? Where is that config file? We'll switch back to prototyper. So the file location is this one. One second, let it load. Let me close these things. Okay, so it's opening. Yeah. So here what we did, from here we copied all the project file, or you can see it from here. The path for that file is this one, source firebase config.ts. Source firebase config.ts. We'll go back, switch to code, and we will see here. We have what we have here. We have source. Sorry, we have the root directory. A directory called studio. In studio, we will get one thing. One second. Just wait for a few seconds. I guess. Huh. So here we got source. In the source itself, there is Firebase as a directory. In Firebase, we have config file, Firebase config. Okay. So this Firebase config will nothing in here. You will see Firebase config will contain all the required environment variables which you have to mention here once it will ask you to mention it. Okay. So if I'll show this as well, let's close this web reading file. Yes, Gemini. So sorry, the internet is quite slow, but okay. I guess uh, when do you think changes? It can done same with GitHub. Yes, it can done with same the entire process. जहाँ पे मतलब from in that case you have to just mention the command which is git add space, or if you want to add all the files dot, or if you want to make specific changes, git add the file name. Okay, it will get push. You have to mention then commit. After committing the main branch, after main branch you have to, it's already been linked, so you can ignore that link process and you can switch it to this one, push. The git push will push all the files to your GitHub. Okay, you can just rewatch the entire process, you will get to know about it. Okay, I'll try again. I guess my internet is slow over here, so that's why I'm just getting this delays. Okay, so which is best, Firebase Studio or VS? Obviously VS Code. VS Code is go-to for all the developers and competitive programmers, coders. Firebase Studio is nothing but a web version of that, a cloud-based operation with a similar layout of a VS Code. So you can use that. And generally, I would say go with VS Code. If you are doing with programming and development at your level and you are using less AI stuff, okay. And even in the VS Code itself, you got some extension called Cloud Code or Copilot that will do your job. Okay. So sorry, I'm just getting this delays and all because of the internet speed. Bear with that. So far, anyone have any issues or any doubt? Or want me to explain anything? Anyone? So what we will do, I will share some project ideas to you guys to build that project, and it will help you as well in order to get familiarized with the Firebase Studio or any other AI tool you want to use, and you can just build out of it. What about the security? Yes, that's the concerning factor. So see, when you are building for internal use case, first thing, second, a closed environment, third, not as a public platform, you can like get the code reviewed by a good developer, or you can ask some AI tools to review it. But although it's not recommended, you ask AI to like what I will say, AI to review your code for the security concerns. But you can try it, okay. And for the security purpose, I would say you have to know the logics, understanding about the product, and you will get to know about it if there is any concerning factor. Because see, even if in the Firebase Studio, when I tried, see, there are some security checks. When I used it previously, I used some old build of Next.js, which is 15, I guess, which is 19 or something, or 17 or 18, something like that. But he identified it. I built using these React, which have vulnerabilities, which will cause issue to the product. So it asks us to manually update those things. Okay, and even I have given the guide. You can use that guide to update the project. Okay. So can you explain in simple words about Superbase in new to it? Huh. So again, Superbase nothing but is your database. Okay, database. So I'll give you one example, very clear example. You can see this UI. This is your front end. Every dynamic thing which is being performed, let's say taskmaster, momentum, these all things been created. So जब ये create हुआ, like when it's created, it need to be saved somewhere, saved in your backend, in your database, all the files, structure, title, everything, code, everything. Okay, so for the backend stuff, there you have to uh, add the providers. So we have Firebase Store, we have Superbase, we have MongoDB, we have some other services as well that you can use. Okay, so this is nothing but Superbase is nothing but a alternative to Firebase Store, which will save your data which is being created by users. Okay, it could be any data. Okay, and it's a dynamic one, and it's very simple. Every product have a backend is nothing but your databases, database logic, everything. Okay, sir, in Firebase we need to install compiler like VS Code. No, you don't need to install. It's been already there. I showed you, right? If I open this taskmaster, so which is here, and you will get switch to code. So this switch to code will be redirected you to the cloud-based VS Code alternative kind of a stuff. There you'll get access of terminal, you get access of extensions, everything. You can try it. Which one is reliable and secure? Obviously, VS Code. Firebase Studio is also reliable and secure, and it's owned by the Google itself. And to be very honest, privacy is a myth. Okay, it's my take on internet presence, and very honest, privacy is a myth. Okay, any tool to debug and review the code. Obviously, you can use any AI tools. uh, I would recommend Claude. You can go with Claude. You can give your projects to Claude Code to review your project. So is Superbase similar to user.json? User.json is a file. Okay, it's your JSON file. Okay, it's not it's not something like that. Okay, so what how I will say, Superbase will contain all of your structured datas. Okay, all of your tables, schemas. So when you understand about backend, when you understand about SQL, you will get to know about how we can use Superbase. Okay, so if I'll give you an example, there are when we talk about databases, so there are two type of storages where we call it as uh, how I would say, non-linear databases and linear databases, right? Something like that only. Where Mongo stores data in a different way in table format. In table format, your SQL is your table format data, right? Software that handles all the, yes, obviously that's I mentioned. It's a backend, data. It's a database, right? It will mention. It will give you additional functionalities of authentication. It will give you additional functionalities of databases, schemas, trees, everything. Okay, and it will give you OAuth functionalities as well for the authentication part. If you want to connect with, continue with LinkedIn, continue with Google, continue with any other stuff, you can do it. Which one is the most reliable among the Superbase? See, as I mentioned, it entirely depends upon your user base and your product market fit. Okay, so when we talk about Superbase, MongoDB, or any other, first see what is your requirement. If Superbase is fulfilling your requirement, go with it. If MongoDB is fulfilling your requirement, go with it. So if I'll give you an example over here, MongoDB. Okay, so if I'll go here, so where is that? NoSQL. Sorry, SQL and NoSQL database. I was telling linear and non-linear. It's SQL and NoSQL. So SQL is nothing but your structured query language. Everything has been defined in a structured way, in a table format. And NoSQL is nothing but in a random order with a subset. Okay, within the curly braces, you will get all of your data. Okay, so something like that. So it's entirely based on your matlab, use case. Okay, and I hope it's clear. Any doubt? Anyone? So what you guys can do here is you can make your own good projects using vibe coding tool. I hope this session helped you in order to get what else can we do with Firebase Studio. So you can do a lot of things with Firebase Studio. If I'll open Firebase Studio and if I'll go back in the Firebase Studio, and you can see you can start coding an app using Go, using Python Flask, using Java, .NET, Flutter, Angular, Next.js. We already tried a Next.js, right? Then Node Express, Gemini, Genkit, Astro, Mongo, okay, React Native plus Expo. So all these things you can do. Can you also make games on Firebase? For games, I would say you can go with Google AI Studio. You can see where it is. Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio. This you can use for your game development kind of a stuff. If I'll give you one example over here, I tried to make one app using this, what I say, uh, Firebase, sorry, Google AI Studio. If I can show, I'll go to build, I'll switch to your app, kinetic particles. Okay, so I tried using this as well, where I mentioned let's give a permission. I have to disable my camera from here just for a few seconds. Okay, so here what it will happen, it created an app which will work all the particles in it. It will use my hand gesture, my camera movements to do the action for that particles. Give it some time, let it be load. I'll show you how it works, how it look like. Okay, just a second, let it load. Let me close other tabs meanwhile. Okay, so it's opening. Okay, so let it open. Reload the app. Let's reload. Dismiss. Okay, done. You can see, right? It asking my camera permission. Ignore those other elements. Okay, just wait till it get my camera access. Okay. If I'll do this, okay. If I'll go near, if I'll do this, it is doing the action, rotation, left rotation, zoom out, zoom in. You can see. You can see, right? It's pretty cool, I would say. So it's just for a fun. So I guess this Google AI Studio will help you to create games as well. You can try. Many people are using this. We will try to bring uh, a session on this where you can build a game, okay, on Google AI Studio very soon. Okay. So any other query you want to ask? Meanwhile, I'll just stop this. Okay. Google AI Studio. Okay. I'm back here. Okay. Any other doubts or questions you have? Okay. Will cyber schools hire vibe coding engineers? I would say Shiva will answer that. Okay. Uh, okay. Are this on the web-based game or app? Web-based, entirely web-based. So anything which you are trying with Firebase Studio, Google AI Studio, they are giving you a web-based solutions. But you can try Emergent or Cloud Code or any other thing to build a native app. Even Android Studio have the integration of Gemini, so you can try to build the app using Gemini itself. It will give you a good app which you can use. ठीक है. Anything else, guys? Shiva, you can, if you can, like,
Okay.
yeah.
So that was amazing, Sanskar. Your experience with building web apps using AI definitely reflected in this session.
Okay.
मुझे पर्सनली ड्रिबल का यूज करना फॉर यूआई एग्जांपल्स,
Mm-hmm.
पुश टू गिटहब एंड डिप्लॉइंग ऑन वर्सेल, ये
Mm-hmm.
चीज़ें बहुत अच्छी लगी. इट वाज अ ग्रेट हेल्प. आई
Mm-hmm.
हैव यूज्ड लवेबल बिफोर.
Mm-hmm.
उसमें तो डायरेक्टली लवेबल पे ही हो जाता है आई गेस
Right.
डिप्लॉय.
Right.
But seeing you use Firebase Studios, I also think I will use this and bring my ideas to reality.
Got it.
Uh,
Got it.
before before going ahead,
Yeah.
I would just like the students, the
Mm-hmm.
viewers, if you guys have any questions, now is your chance. After that, we will wrap it up.
I guess we have one question. Are this on web-based game or no, no, which tool for app repeat? Emergent. I would say emergent you can try, but they have the limitation of what I will say credits. So they have this credit system. Later you have to buy those credits, spend something. So see, you all are students and you should be curious enough to explore free alternatives. Try explore, you will get one free alternative which will do your job.
So I don't think we are getting any more questions. I think Sanskar have given answer to all your questions. It was a very great interactive session that we had. Before we wrap up, one important thing. To receive your participation certificates, you guys will have to submit a project. Build a small app using what you have learned today, push it to GitHub, and in README or in description, do mention build with love with the help of CipherSchools. Please submit your project links within 24 hours. I will send the Google form in the WhatsApp as well as in the comment section. And once approved, you will get your certificates. So, finally, thank you so much for joining today. We hope this session gave you clarity and confidence to build with AI. Visit cypherschools.com for more free resources and do subscribe us to stay updated with new videos, live sessions. And we are always giving out new project ideas, roadmaps, and other informative stuff on Instagram and LinkedIn. So, do follow us there as well at the red Cypher School. So keep building, keep experimenting, guys, and we will see you in the next one.
Got it.
Thank you, Sanskar.
I guess we have two questions over here. One is asking, do you provide courses? And
Okay.
one more we have.
So, yes, I saw. Sorry, missed that.
No
So yes, Cypher Schools has free courses available. You can visit cypherschools.com, and there you can find all the courses on web development, programming, AI, ML, and whatnot. All you want to learn is available there. Sir, what about jobs in Cypher Schools? We are always posting jobs in LinkedIn. You guys have to follow us, follow our teachers, mentors, and the team, and you will find the opportunities there. I will provide the Google Form link here as well as on the WhatsApp group. So please submit your projects there. And the time limit is 24 hours. Post that, we won't be accepting any more projects. So
Got
thank you,
it.
Sanskar, once again.
Thank you so
It was
much,
a great
Shiva. Thank
session.
you. Thank you
Thank you,
everyone for
guys.
listening so far. It's already like 2 hours and you
Yes,
can
yes,
go and
yes.
have your dinner. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.